Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on your location or where you're watching this video. Welcome back to our lessons. Today it's our lesson 25. I think we'll call it episode 25. We've been seeing how one can read Arabic or how one can recite Quran. We've been seeing all these, and today we have an interesting topic where we are seeing Idgham. We are seeing Idgham. Idgham, what does Idgham mean? Idgham means merging. Idgham means merging. So what are we merging? We are merging letters, whereby you may find two letters, they merge to make one letter. That means one letter is going to dissolve into another letter, and you will be reading the other letter, not the letter that came before. So these are some of the examples. We are seeing Idgham. Idgham in Arabic, sometimes they call it Idghal. Idghal, it's merging. So we are going to see how letters they merge into each other to make one letter. For instance, you find a letter that has sukun. You find a letter that has sukun, and in front of it there is a letter. Mostly when they come from the same place of origin. When you talk about the place of origin, we talk about makharij al-hurufi. When they come mostly from the same makhraj, or they come in the makhraj that are near each other. We will come to see them inshallah in tajweed, but here we are seeing how one can read these words. So when we find letters like this one, you find dal that has sukuni, and in front of it, I told you when I talk of front, I don't mean this side, because Arabic comes from left, it comes from right to left, comes from this side. Arabic moves this way. So when I talk about a letter before this one, I mean this one, the dal. So if you find that this one has tanween, and before it there is this sukuni, you will make this one merge into this one. This one will just enter into this one, and you will read, this is the one qad-ta, but you will read qad-ta, qad-ta. So dal will just dissolve into ta. We'll come to see them inshallah, and more examples as I explain. This is qad, this is ta with shadda. So this one will just dissolve into ta, and it becomes the qad-ta, qad-ta. And when you read it, you cannot read it, and that just becomes silent. It doesn't become silent, but it merges into, or it dissolves itself into the ta. It becomes the qad-ta. When you come here, this is what? This is two with the shadda. So this one becomes what to, what to, what to. Not what to, no, what to. Idha. So that merges just with the dha'u. Idha. Kulla. Nun merges with lam. Kulla. Milla. With no sound of nun. With no sound of nun, with no sound of dha, with no sound of dal, with no sound of dal. When you're merging these letters, the sound of those letters that have merged with the following letter, the sounds are not heard. Like the sound of dal, you will not hear dal there. What ta, no dal. What to, no dal. Qat ta, no dal. Idha, no dal. Kulla, no nun. Milla, you don't hear the sound of those letters that came before the what? The letter with shadda. So here when we talk about this one, this type of merging or idgham, we need them, but they have a little bit of the sound of the letter that has merged. When you find a nun with waw, okay, or ya'u, or you will find other letters, we'll come to see them, you will have a word that will merge, a letter that will merge with another one, but the sound of the letter that came before will still have a little bit of the pronunciation. You will still hear it a little bit. Not complete, but you will hear a little bit of it. For instance, this is min and this is wa. Min wa. But when you're merging this one to this one, it will be miwa. So there is a little bit of nose sound because nun is among the letters that pass into the nose. Miwa, miu. So you hear the what? The nun sound, not min, no. Miu, miu. So the nun sound is still there, but not a complete sound of nun, but a little bit. It does not merge and dissolves itself into the next letter, but here it dissolves into the next letter, but the sound of noni remains behind. Mayu, mayu, my, not mayu, no, mayu, no, mayu. So there is a little bit of non sound here. Okay, this is the idgham. When you learn tajweed, you will come to see where we talk idgham bi ghunna, idgham bi ghayri ghunna. You will come to see them. But this one has a little bit of the non sound in here. Mayu, so the non sound is there. You come to see which letters don't have non sound. Laya, laya. This one enters here, or it merges with this one, and they make one letter which is here. But the sound of non here will still be heard here. Laya, laya, laya. So this one you see, amma, amma, amma. Out together, the nun enters into amma. So the nun sound is there even with no mim, because mim also passes into the nose. Amma, kamma. So this one enters into, because it's not known like this one, and this one has no nose sound, but when it enters, the ba'u just dissolves itself inside. Kamma, you don't say kabumma, no, kamma, you just read the mim, kaf, and mim. This one, it just dissolves itself into mim. So let's see some of the words that have these rules. Rawattuhu, rawattuhu, rawattuhu. So rawattu, see, rawattu, you jump the dal. Why do we jump the dal? Not that we are not reading it, but because the dal has merged with the ta. Rawattuhu, rawattuhu. So rawad, dal is not hard. We don't speak it because it has merged with it. It has just entered into ta'u, and they made one letter which is ta'u that is being read. But in written, you have to write this dal because it's right to be in this word when you're writing it. But when you're reading it, it will just dissolve itself into ta'u. Idgham, idgham, idgham. So dhal will enter into dha'u. Dhali will enter into dha'u, and we will read just dha'u only with shadda. Idghalamu, no, say idghalamu, idghalamu. It's read idghalamu. Remember, this is silent alif, silent alifu. On this wow, you will come to see them. As more you read the Quran, you will come to see this wow. Or even if you read Arabic, you will be finding them the silent alif. Idghalamu, idghalamu. Ahadtu, ahadtu, ahadtu. So this is ta'u, this is ta'u. So ta'u is going to merge with the ta'u, and we are going to read it ta'u. You read it the later one. Ahadtu, not ahadtu, no, ahadtu, ahadtu. All together you're going to read it, this one. But this one stays there, it just emerges in reading. It just emerges in reading. Halana, halana. This one merges with the lam. You read one lam when there are two. This one enters into this one. Halana, milladunka, milladunka. So here you don't bring the sound of what? The sound of non. Why? Because this one is among the letters that don't support the sound of what? The sound of noni when you're reading idgham. Milladunka, don't say milla, no. Milladunka, milladunka. So this is mad of two. You remember it, the vertical fatha. Wow. but because wow enters into it, it's going to match with this wow, so it will bring wow with shadda. This is another word, and this one is wanaswaw. So you're going to merge this wow into this wow. That's why this wow has a shadda. Wanasaru. So this one is in silent letter with this kasaku. Afaw wa qalu. So you read, this one will merge with this. Afaw wa qalu. So inshallah, I'm reading all these examples. This is our topic 25, as I repeat, and it's called Idgham. Idgham means merging. So two letters, they merge and make one sounding letter. Qatta, wattu, idha, kulla, milla, miwa, mayu, layya, amma, kamma, rawattuhu, idh zalamu, ahadtu, hal lana, min ladunka, awaw wa nasaru, afaw wa qalu. So this is our today's dance. Those on TikTok, please follow, repost. You can share with your friends so that they can also benefit. Those ones watching us from YouTube, please subscribe, press the notification bell. You can share, and if you have questions, please place them in the comment section so that we can be answering some of them in our next episode. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.